Alright then guys, hello and welcome to game 2 of the Medieval Wars, TyRanT versus Team JX of China. And this is going to be a 4 versus 4 game. This is game 2, which is obviously going to be the home map of JX right now. The Chinese team choosing to play on Nomad, as we can see. Yeah, it's got to be Nomad. It has to be Nomad. Yeah, it is Nomad. But unusually, this map actually has a lake in the center. Not so common of Nomad, I think. But Nomad, a very, very popular map with Chinese players right here. And it's a very popular map in general, just with AOC. But it kind of leads to some very interesting things when players have their TC placements so close together. A lot of really early feudal wars, and it can get very messy. As you can see, a lot of Xing on the map right now to show everyone where they are, what they're doing, what's going on, who they are, what they are, where they come from, and all of that jazz. So, Nomad, one of my favourite maps to watch for sure. There's a lot of very, very cool games that happen on Nomad. So, anyway, for Team TyRanT, I'm going to wait until they've sort of got their TCs up. A massive mess right here. We've got obviously yellow, his San King Shan here playing as Vikings. He's right next to Jordan, who's playing as Chinese, and also next to Ming Yu Shan playing as Chinese. And the sheep everywhere. It's already messy, and they've not even started yet. Looks like Jordan's gonna have a pretty interesting location here. He's playing as Chinese, so he has got extra starting villagers, and this is actually pretty nice from him. He's not actually sent all of his villagers over to his TC. He's used 3 to build a TC down in the south, and he's used 3 to take shorefish up at the center lake and build a mill in order to take the sheep right here. So Jordan managed to get himself quite a lot of food very early on, and that food is going to be really important to him. Getting a good feudal time on this map is important, and finding the sheep, finding all of that stuff early on is very important as well. So let's have a look. We've got for Team TyRanT, we've got Jordan 23, who we've already looked at. We've got the Viper in green over here. He's playing as Persians. We've got KCap in blue, he's playing as Vikings, and we've got Doubt in grey playing as Mayans. Really nice civilizations actually. I'm going to be interested to see how this one pans out. Doubt here securing himself an absolute ton of deer, oodles of deer, and he's going to need them I think because obviously no sheep for Doubt that I can see at the moment, so he's going to need these deer, which is just kind of lucky that he actually got this deer patch right now. For Team JX of China, in teal we have JX Ming. He's playing as a Chinese, his home nation. He's got himself 3 boar very close to his TC and a nice gold spot with a reasonable amount of sheep. Nothing too fancy, nothing too major there, but the 3 boar is certainly going to be an asset to him. Reasonably close to deer as well, but I've got a feeling that Jordan's going to nab those before Ming will get the chance to. And we've got for JX Lu Shan. He's playing as Mayans. He doesn't seem to have much food. He's got a couple of boar back here. He's obviously got to scout them. And obviously starting with no scout means that you have to scout with sheep. And he may not have scouted these boar just yet. There's a lot of sheep over here as well. So Lushan with a lot of food nearby, just not finding it yet. If we have a look at his scouting, it's very, very limited. Sorry, I looked at the wrong person. Lushan, there we go. Yeah, fairly limited scouting, as you can tell already. Using a villager to move around the map, build houses and scout with as well. And who else on Team JX, who I have not introduced so far? In hot pink, we've got JX Long. We saw him in the last game playing as Persians over this side. He has a few sheep, a couple of boar nearby as well. And one thing is for sure, all of these players will be making docks around the edge of the map. And as you can see, they're already starting to get out fishing ships. There's so many big fish in the deep blue sea at the corners and the edges of the map that it's really stupid not to dock on the edge. The amount of fish in here is massive, and of course that does mean that we'll see galley rushing in the feudal age. Finally, for Team JX, a little bit segregated, sandwiched even, between the enemy. We have JX San King playing as Vikings. Now, I'm a bit worried about his position here. He's got the Viper to the left, he's got Jordan to the right, beyond the Viper he's got Doubt, and beyond Jordan he's got KCap. So Not such a nice position here for San at all. But he may just be okay if he can get defences up. The problem with Nomad, of course, is that it is very open. There's a lot of wood, but it's very sort of in clusters. There's not really long areas of wood that can be easily walled. He may attempt to wall here, 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 for instance, but he's going to have a tough time, I think, fighting. To be honest, it does depend whether Jordan and Viper see him as an easy target and decide to attack him straight away. But yeah, Nomad going to be really messy, and we're going to have a lot to watch right here. As you can see by the placement of these players, Jordan very close to Ming right here. These two are very close together. We could see trushing going on, so towers going up behind wood and things like that. We could see all sorts of stuff. Looks like Jordan here, actually. Nicely done by him. I'm sorry that I missed that. That was beautiful. What he did, he walled his villager in. He used one villager to kill a boar, and that boar is now going to be losing meat, and that's going to mean that Ming only gets 2 boar rather than 3. So Jordan being a bit of a troll and actually you know, cheesing a little bit, which is cool. Nice to see him doing that from such a while away. Just look at the dock placement here as well. KCap docking directly opposite Ming, or Ming docking directly opposite KCap. So obviously when it comes to fighting on the water, these guys are going to be all over the place. We've got the Viper docking over here when his TC's on this side, and this is what I love about Nomad. It is just so messy. So let's have a look at their dock positions. First of all, we'll look at who's docked in the center. San docking in the middle right now, and I think that's gonna be bit bad in my opinion. Obviously the main fight is going to be around the edge of the map, and Sans might want to be docking on the back here so that he can actually put up a bit of a fight when Jordan, KCap and everyone start to make galleys. Of course, if it's 3v4 on the water, then TyRanT is going to be able to take the water fairly comfortably. We see a dock on the left for the Viper over here, and of course Lushan and Long here docking at the very top of the map. So galley rushing is important. Control of the water around the edge is important. As I've said already, there's a lot of fish in there, and having the fish is going to be a huge asset to your economy. So whilst the players are desperately trying to take control of the water around the edge, you've got this massive mess of stuff going on in the middle, where all of the players are just, you know, smushed up together on this map, very close indeed. And it means that lost my train of thought there. It means that attacking on the land can also catch your opponents off guard, and if you, for instance, put a tower against their wood, it's obviously going to affect their galley rush. So there really is a lot that can be going on, and I'll try and cover as much of it as I possibly can. Of course, this is a 4 versus 4 as well, so there is going to be a lot going on all over the place. But I've got to say, at the moment, I think TyRanT likely to win the water on the outside due to San not docking on the outside. But as a result of that, San is going to have these fish in the middle and be pretty undisturbed from that. So, you know, it could work both ways in this situation. I didn't actually forget to put my webcam on. I just didn't feel like putting it on today, by the way. If you're wondering why that's not on. But as you see here as well, TyRanT and Viper very close, sorry, not TyRanT and Viper, DauT and the Viper very close together right here. We see already players taking a lot of wood, and that's because they're going to be making docks and taking a lot of, well, making a lot of galleys. But as I was saying, Viper and DauT very close together. These could pair up. One of them could grush really heavily. They could both decide to trush yellow and put him out of the game very quickly. Jordan could come in with some archers as well, or even scouts, and just, yeah, really, really messy stuff. Gold, as you can see, scattered all over the map. There's lots of gold on this map. But obviously, it's really important as well that you secure your gold. Obviously here, Viper very far away from his nearest gold pile. If that gets harassed by anyone, I mean, Long could come down here with some scouts, for instance, or could he? He's playing as Persia. Yeah, he could come down with some scouts and really attack this gold. So keeping your gold safe, really important. Making sure you've got plenty of wood without getting trushed, really important. And things about to get very messy, I think. Most players then about to hit up to Feudal. As we can see, Viper about to hit Feudal right now. DauT hasn't actually clicked up yet. Having a tough time getting food, it seems. And it looks like San going to be first up. Yellow here. He's building a barracks. We might see an archery range out of him straight away. And as I said, he's docked on the middle here, so he's not going to be worried about grushing on the outside. He's going to be building an archery range and going to be attacking Jordan pretty much instantly, which is obviously going to be a problem to him. It could mean that he doesn't get so many galleys out from his dock down here. We'll have to wait and see about that one. But San going to get very aggressive. Viper up to Feudal right now. Doc not creating any galleys just yet. But we've got K-Cap here. So it could be K-Cap who decides to do the galley rushing. And Viper going with a stable. He's playing with Persians, yeah. Stable and a blacksmith. He's got a fast castle by the looks of things, judging by his food and wood count here. And he is very close to yellow. So if yellow does decide that he is going to flush, which he is doing, making archers down here, Viper's going to fast castle and he's going to have knights around the map, trying to take control of that. He's not too bothered about grushing right now. Who is bothered about grushing then? Well, we'll have a look. K-Cap is not making any galleys, but he is, well, he's not feudal yet, but he is making more docks. So that's going to be him who's going to be grushing right there. Jordan, on the other hand, he isn't feudal just yet either, so let's just wait for a second there. Obviously now he's seen this, he knows that San's going to be flushing him, so he may decide that, hey, I'm not going to go docks, and I'm going to actually make a land army, which is going to have to be the case. He's going to have to make some archers, or skirmishers even, to deal with the archers from San right here. Is he making any galleys? No, he's not. Is anyone making any galleys? You'd think perhaps they would. Let's see. Long here, nothing from him. See, Liu Shan, nothing from him. Waiting to see what they're actually going to do. K-Cap, there we go. We're seeing galleys from K-Cap, of course. Now, it's important that one of the Chinese guys make galleys, because obviously they're going to lose their fishing ships if they don't, which is going to be a really big loss for them. And Jordan looking a little messy right here. Of course, this is ice, so he can't wall over that and having to wall around it. Which is not nice for him. Jordan should be making some, oh man, hard to find the players right here, should be making some skirms straight away to deal with this side. Viper then, he's going to be up to castle already. I think Dow might be fast castling as well actually, either that or slinging, or yeah, fast castle from Dow, fast castle from the Viper. In fact, he's nearly there already, and he's building his economy for knights. He's going to go double stable, which is meaning that he's going to take control of the land very quickly indeed. Do I see any galleys on the water? No, I do not, which is going to be bad for the Chinese team, as K-Cap now bringing galleys up to the north. Because he's playing as Vikings, you'd expect the Viking player to be making some galleys at some point, but at the moment, that is not going to be the case down here, it seems. Obviously, yellow being the Viking player, he's only got control of the center lake, and he's not really making galleys on the outside. I don't know here what he's doing. He could come in here and attack the wood of Jordan. Maybe he thinks he's through. He thinks he's through this way. Jordan, you duped him. You absolutely duped him. But he is going to take control of this gold potentially. It means that Jordan even not going to be able to take gold very easily, as these archers are going to be a problem. Obviously now we see purple going up to castle. He's going to be making knights as well. We see one stable from him. Viper already castle as well, and should see, well, we've already seen the double stable from him. Scale barding armor coming in as well, so defensive upgrades really important. Red also with a fast castle. He's playing as Mayans. Are we going to see a castle drop? It doesn't look like it. He's not taking any stone. So he could go with archers. Oh, monastery. Interesting. Perhaps he's going to be anticipating the night rush, and as a result going to be making some monks to get some conversions there. Trush from yellow as well. He's really going pure feudal right now. Let's see. Back here, Liu making some galleys. Really not many though. And now obviously, as I said, K-Cap starting to take water, but in retaliation to that, Long straight out with a couple of fire ships, and as I said, it's all happening right now. There's a lot going on, and there's a lot to pay attention to. The Viper helping things out down here by adding in a couple of fires of his own, and there's going to be a lot of fire ships on the water, I think, right now. Main action really starting to happen over this side. Viper going to be bringing in his knights here, trying to put an end to San as fast as he can. I'm a poet and I just don't know it. And we'll see if these guys can do a lot of damage here. Obviously, as I said, San very sandwiched between the Viper and Jordan. And that could cost him quite a lot. Knights coming in from long on this side. Doubt here playing his mines, he is going to get a castle up straight away, unlike Jew on this side, or Loot even on this side. He's going to be getting up a castle quickly, but at the expense of a few villagers. These Persian knights coming in very quickly indeed, and Viper's going to have to help him out a little bit. Meanwhile, they are going to be putting the pressure on over at Yellow's base right now. And Viper went to go round, but Jordan's walled it, and he didn't ask him to delete a wall or anything. Another tower going up for San as well. I'm wondering if San here is even going to be going up to castle right now. He should be able to just click up in a moment, but very slow in comparison to the others. Of course, that is the, well, benefit of him of really harassing Jordan here. Jordan's score a little bit lower than San's, so you'd assume that San doing reasonably well. But Knight's coming in right now, and Viper can stop this tower going up, which is going to save Jordan a headache. Really nice for him. And interestingly enough, K-Cap actually walled right here. K-Cap could be slinging. Could be a potential option for him. He is still feudal, so we could actually see sling from K-Cap here. In which case, that's if he slings the Persian player, the Viper, or even the Mayan player, I think probably more likely to sling the Persian player, then the Viper can flood knights all day and do this. Put an end to San's army very quickly indeed. So nice play by TyRanT right here once again, and K-Cap at the top with his galleys trying to do some damage at the very least. And if you just take out this this fire right here, he might be able to get a lot of fishing ships from long as well, and really disrupting this fishing is a huge deal. They need to do that because obviously these fish are going to be giving them a huge boost to their food, and if they have the fishing ships and their opponents don't, well, you can't really complain at that, can you? Fire's coming out then for Doubt, and as well as that, we've got K-Cap with more galleys around this side as well. Lots and lots of stuff going on the water. It's very, very messy indeed. Looks like, though, they're going to win the water on this side, and with the K-Cap already in the back here, it looks like JX is going to lose their fishing ships. That's a huge deal. That could cost them a massive amount in this game. K-Cap then isn't actually slinging. I thought perhaps he would be, but he is just walling himself in and making galleys for the time being, which of course is going to help out at the very least. Making a market right now as well, so perhaps we'll see a castle age from him fairly soon, but they're really getting aggressive, or he's really getting aggressive in the feudal age. San then losing quite a lot at his base, as I said. His military production here going to be shut down. Looks like Jordan might decide to wall this in or something, but Viper doing big damage with his knights, managing to cut down through San's army very quickly, and he's got bloodlines, but he hasn't got +2 defense yet. He might want to get +2 defense so he can go and raid a bit faster. But San here already up, well, up to castle right now. Interestingly enough, he's built a stable, so he's going to be making knights of his own. Bear in mind here, he's playing as Vikings, so not going to be quite as formidable as Persians in this situation. But he is going to be able to get a second TC up, and making a monastery as well, of course, to try and convert some of these knights if he can. What else is going on? Anything major? Any major events? Well, Doubt making a lot of plumed archers over this side. Might be able to get reasonable damage with those actually. And we see a bit of raiding coming in from Teal right now. Teal, of course, a little bit sandwiched as well. Teal and Jordan very close together. Jordan still feudal, he has clicked up however, and Teal is castle right now, as you can see by this ram coming in, as well as the knights. So Jordan here under quite a lot of pressure between these two, and I'm going to be interested to see if Teal can actually do a great deal of damage here. Looks like Jordan might just have enough here to hold it off. The problem is monks as well, always an issue with monks. Nice tower though from Jordan here, going to be preventing San from taking any wood right there. No, I don't think he really wants to take wood there, he just wants to stop Jordan from taking wood there. A lot of siege coming in from Ming though. and Jordan's starting to lose his buildings, which is never ever a good thing. A TC going down for Ming here, and he's already pretty much claimed this base as his own. Jordan, I wish I'd have seen this as well. Twice now he's done something like this, managing to trap Ming in. I think that must have been a stable there from him, trapping him in with houses just to be annoying. But Jordan here, under a lot of pressure, he probably needs the help of Viper to come in. Viper with a lot of knights though, and he may be able to do just that if he does head over Jordan's way, possibly helping him out, making sure he takes out these Mangonels and the siege. Could really be beneficial to him. Over up at the north of the map, Doubt is... oh, well, I was following the water earlier. They should be able to take water up here. I don't know how they've not won it yet. Now, this is an awkward situation, as Lu has a lot of fires at the back, could be doing a lot of damage with them. But Doubt, as I said, trying to keep pressure on up this side. Not really seeing what he's doing, though. He did have a lot of plumed archers. Not sure where they've gone. Let's actually have a look at that. Doubt. No doubt about it. Okay, well, he's in here. I don't know where the rest of his plumes went. Not sure at all. But either way, Jordan here under a lot of pressure, and thankfully he managed to secure the area down here with another TC. But obviously problems from Ming really putting the pressure on with this siege. Viper needs to help him out here as much as he can. I would actually say, at this stage as well, it looks very promising for JX on the water. Although Long lost a lot of fishing ships here, and KCAP does have a lot of galleys, they do have quite a few fires out, and they've done a lot of damage to the fishing ships of TyRanT team. Obviously, Doubt with a few fishes right here, and their boats really, well, for KCAP at least, retreating away, going to be in the corner, going to be able to take out Jordan's boats as well, and TyRanT losing quite a lot on the water. Viper though, as usual, being a pretty heavy carry, his score is well ahead of everyone else's on the JX team. Of course, Mayan player up here from Team JX, Lu Shan, building a castle to pressure Cap. But yeah, it looks like Viper actually pushed away. Those monks really proving to be useful. Not managing to do too much damage. I wonder what Viper's actually going to be up to now. Is he up to the imperial age? Not just yet. Not just yet. It's going to be a while, I think. Really continuing to make knights. 4 stables right now. And obviously knights are a costly venture. He does have quite a few of them. In fact, he has 19 knights. But he really needs to do the damage. Trying to keep the pressure on over at San's base. Now, if they can wipe San out, that's going to allow Jordan to fall back into this area. And it's going to mean that they can put up a sort of united front against Ming here. Kind of seeing what KCAP's up to. There we go. KCAP is slinging. I thought he would do that. He's still feudal. He has been slinging for some time right now, and this sling is going to be pretty important, I think. It means that Viper's going to be able to get out more knights. It means he's going to be able to reach imperial in a good time as well. Obviously, the problem here for KCAP is that he's having to wall up away from this Mayan player, and obviously Lu could build another castle here and really start to put the, well, start to take down these walls from KCAP. Big problems. Viper though should have enough knights here. He has got +2 defense, +2 attack and bloodlines. Should have more than enough to deal with this attack right here. Ming managing to get a few conversions though with 3 monks. Looks like they could go down though. And even if he gets 1 conversion, it's still a profit. But the Viper should be able to take this pretty comfortably out the front right here. And give Jordan some room to breathe at the very least. Jordan trying to put a castle up right here. What a position for a castle that would be. Right in range of this TC, in the wood, on the gold. And that would be a beautiful position if he gets it. Gonna quickly hop over to the other side of the map right now. Where are we looking? Pressure from Doubt, and plumed archers coming in. Should be able to keep the pressure on right here. I know I've been saying pressure a lot, but it is about pressuring, I suppose. Unfortunately, not able to get the castle up on the front right here. A little bit of an ambitious castle drop. But he is going to get it right here by the looks of things. And if Jordan gets this one up, he's still going to take control of this TC from Ming, who is building a market at the back. The first wall down for KCAP, and KCAP, look at this! So much wall just to keep himself safe inside of this. It's like massive, what would you call it? Like crenellations or whatever they're called. like circle forts, star forts, all that stuff. Viper then gotta be, yeah, I was gonna say gotta be up to Imp right now. He is up to Imp, and he is, well, he should be starting to, well, continue to make knights, but starting to upgrade to Cavalier as soon as he gets up to Imperial. This is very stalemate-y right here. Doubt thinking that he can't fight against Long for too long. So he's obviously falling back, making a castle on this hill. Meanwhile, we've got a castle going up for San right here. Viper, of course, losing this area to this castle. Big problems for him. And he's still got a ton of knights on the front, trying to get really aggressive into this area, but Ming with all of these monks behind it, doing such a good job of converting. Unfortunately, his score lagging behind at the moment. Successful castle for Jordan though, which is of course fairly nice for these guys. And things are just messy, there's everything all over the place, and it's hard to see exactly what's going on. How's KCap holding up? Just about, pardon me, just about okay. He's up to castle right now, which is important. He's going to be able to make some defences here. He really doesn't actually have much at all, but the sling has already happened, it's already taken place. This side over here then, looks like their next target's going to be sort of Long and defending from San on this side. Plumed Archers from Doubt here able to do some harassment. And of course, as you can see, San making quite a lot of pikes. So Plumed Archers and Knights behind this would be a great choice to make. Viper just about to hit Imperial right now. And he's still pumping out the Knights. He's gone up to 28 Knights right now. And also, I think, considering a bit more siege as well, maybe we'll see TyRanT from him once he reaches the castle age. Let's see if these guys can actually do the damage that they need right here. Up to Imp he goes, and let's see, there's Cavalier from him, and at the Blacksmith, plate barding armor straight away. So, I mean, Persians do have really good knights actually, and Viper here should be able to just defend long enough. Really keeping the pressure on to Long though, and Long is still castle. He's quite away from reaching Imp, and these guys now going to be knocking at his gates in a sense. And here we see now Plumed Archers plus Knights are going to be able to win this fight so easily. A very powerful combination. Plumed Archers with soon-to-be Cavalier over this side. Jordan continuing to make castles. He is trying to keep attacking this front line from San on here. And of course San really sort of feeling the squeeze right now in a sense. Jordan making Chuko new as well. Nice choice from him, and I feel a bit sorry for the Viking player now. He really hasn't got a lot he can do. He's so isolated from his teammates. He needs his teammates to help him out. Surprisingly, Lu Shan still not actually breaking through here, and KCap absolutely fine to just sort of sit and boom. Or, pardon me, work inside of his base. And we see Lu Shan now making eagles, so pretty good choice from him, making Mayan eagle warriors. But again, against Cavalier and fully upgraded Paladins, once they are upgraded, not going to stand much of a chance. So Cavalier coming in, Plumed Archers coming in, and San could find himself losing this area of the map very quickly. Castle's going to go down. He's already upgraded to TyRanT. He wasted no time doing that at all. Maybe he's just seeing what upgrades he's getting in right now. Blast Furnace for his Cavalier. He can't afford to upgrade to Paladin just yet. He doesn't have the food for it, or the gold for that matter. And Catrams should be more than enough to deal with this castle. Doubt also hitting Imperial right now, and he of course going to be starting to upgrade to elite Plumed Archers, and well, he may decide that he's going to go Eagle. It's a bit late for that, but big raid coming in from Long. Lots of Knights right here, and of course these guys have +2 as well, so they're going to be able to withstand a lot of arrow fire. But wow, a lot of Plumed Archers. A lot of Plumed Archers for Doubt. And looks like Lu Shan sending a bit of a suicide mission in here with all these eagles. Of course, the upgrades advantage clearly in favour of Team TyRanT right here. They just need to deal with these rams and keep this castle up. But yeah, upgrades really in favour of TyRanT at the moment. And of course, Long not even up to, well, not even at Imperial yet. So they're going to lose this battle pretty conclusively. Viper should be able to push through here. Fully upgraded Cavalier right now. And with the elite plumed archers behind, they're going to be putting out so much damage with just so many of them. Viper could still lose this castle. He needs to deal with this trap over this side as well. What's going on down over here? Well, K-Cap under a lot of pressure as well, it seems. Man, I need to stop saying under a lot of pressure. I say it way too much. But trying to bust out his walls with some, well, deal with the Rams of Ming over that side. And this side just looks so won by Doubt and Viper right now. It looks so unbelievably won. Long now up to the Imperial Age. Look how many resources he's got. He's got so much. He's going to be upgrading Cavalier. We saw it right there. And plate barding armor. But look how long behind. Look how long behind is. Yeah, it's a long time between upgrading to Imperial. Jordan seems to be holding out okay on this side as well. He's going to be attacking over at Ming's base. They're sort of going to let San do his own thing for the time being. It's not a great deal he can do either way. Raids coming in from the Viper, capture Rams as well, being able to take out his TCs very quickly, very easily. They also have this front over here. But Doubt managing to do big damage on this side with his plumed archers, just so many of them, as you can see, able to put out and pack a real punch. Still waiting for the rest of the upgrades on that side though. And yeah, it's just generally so messy. Wondering if players are considering trade yet. They can't really do it because there's, you know, probably enemies inside of their towns. And yeah, really managed action going on over this side with Long's Cavalier right now. Waiting to see if he's going to upgrade Paladin. He should be able to fairly soon. Don't see it yet though. And the Viper now should be about a Paladin, I think. Waiting for it. I'm waiting, Viper. Where is your Paladin upgrade? Nope, not upgrading it. Interesting. He'll get there eventually, I'm sure. I think he's just focusing on making them at the moment. But yeah, making very short work of San down here. He is pretty much wiped off the map. He has one TC left, or two TCs, one that's about to go down, and very little he can do to stop that. So once this has been dealt with, they're just going to have to move all their units up to the top right here and start attacking on this side. And I think they could do it. I do honestly think they could do it. Doubt with a lot of trebs, not really seeing many trebuchets from Long, or even from Lu either. So you know, with 3 trebs already out, Doubt making more as well. They're going to be able to take down the castles pretty quickly. Onager from Long, interesting choice. Well, not an interesting choice, a good choice. Maybe if he gets an Onager shot on the plumed archers, then maybe he's going to be able to do some damage. But yeah, San pretty much wiped from the face of the earth right now. He really has nothing left at all. And you know, just a couple of fishing ships in the center and try to escape, but Doubt's going to find him. And these villagers are not going to escape freely. He is not a free man. Forced to GB and go and land on the other side. Doubt, I think, realizing that a little too late. Could have stopped that. But yeah, these guys playing very aggressive. In come Cavalier from Long, but just look how many plumed archers Doubt has. That should be enough plumes there to actually win that fight, especially because Long is fighting between castles. Kind of just waiting for him. He's moving back a little bit, which makes sense, but at the cost of potentially losing his trebs. But yeah, big losses for Long there. And Doubt should be able to take this battle reasonably quickly. Oh, I'm thinking he should be able to. He's got enough plumes. Of course, Viper as well over here now with Cavalier and Hussars, able to put the, well, take down even the trebs from Lushan. And surprisingly, actually, I thought Doubt was going to be able to take that battle there. He's got a lot of plumed archers, but still, Long sort of standing between 3 castles, getting pummeled by arrows. Not a good thing at all for him in the slightest. Long then already upgraded to Paladin right now, and surprisingly he did that before the Viper, so plenty of resources for him clearly. The Viper though sitting on Cavalier, very happy with that. Also upgraded to Hussar, as I said. He's able to raid with those fairly nicely. But yeah, San is out of the game. He has nothing. He's got no, he doesn't even have ATC right now. He's having to rebuild one back here. And with about 5 villages remaining, it's pretty much 4v3. Could lose a castle here, and doubt losing castles is not a good thing. There we go, we see Paladin from the Viper as well. At long last, he actually has the Paladins, and now they should be able to push through because Long has already lost most of his army. And obviously now Viking has just come in. There's a lot of plumed archers behind here even now as well. Waiting to see Doubt right here. What has he got population-wise? He's got to be nearly maxed out, surely. 59 plumed archers, that is no small number. Able to deal with the siege rams pretty quickly as well, and now there's a big gaping hole in the front of their defences where the Viper can just walk in, where Doubt just walks straight in, and Long doesn't seem able to keep up Paladin production. He's running very low on gold, and I think now Lu making the wrong decision to go with the Eagle Warriors. Where are they? They were here a second ago. I could swear I saw the Eagle Warriors. Either way, Long making Eagle Warriors, they're down here. And I think that is the wrong decision for him. Of course, mine Eagle Warriors, they have a lot of health, and they've got good pierce armor, but I mean their melee armor is pretty lacking, and against Paladins, they're not going to be so great. And also, even against massed plumed archers, they're not going to be so great either. So, Eagle Warriors, I think, are going to have a tough time. If you just compare the stats to a Paladin, you just see how far ahead the Paladin is in stats right here. Of course, numbers advantage at the moment, winning him that battle. But even so, I think he should have gone for plumed archers either way, because plumed archers just work better overall. Pressure at the back from KCAP as well. I didn't even realise that. Cheeky TC there, just claiming some stone. KCAP, of course, reduced to sort of slinging this game, which is all well and good for him. He's been slinging, helping his teammates out, but building watchtowers at the back and putting the pressure on back here at the economy, which is nice to see. And there we go, Lushan resigns. I think they realise at this stage it's over. The TyRanT team just have too much firepower at the moment, and after losing the rest of his eagles, and after obviously having San wiped from the face of the earth, I think Team JX of China decide that this is it. It's a game over for them, and that concludes Nomad Game 2. Pretty good game actually, I would say, and as I said at the start, expect Nomad to be messy, and messy it was. It was very messy. Just so much going on all over the place. As I said at the start, I felt a bit sorry for San here, being sandwiched between Jordan and the Viper. And of course Ming here managed to put... he did good in the early game, and so did San in the early game. They did good, but once Viper got up to Castle and he was slung by KCAP, they really didn't stand up to the night raids, and it cost them. And I think the guys on the top as well, they had a lot of resources, Lu and Long. They had a lot of resources, but they were just a bit slow getting up, and by the time they'd reached Imperial, Viper pretty much already fully upgraded, and obviously that's thanks to the slinging of KCAP down here in the corner, the almost forgotten hero of that game. So anyway guys, thanks a lot for watching. There'll be more coming up on the stream, but if you're watching the VOD on YouTube, then you can check your subscription box. There'll be more videos from the Medieval Wars coming up. One thing I'm going to say as well, for those of you watching the video on YouTube, do come over to the stream at 18 GMT most days. I won't be streaming tomorrow, by the way, but most days 18 GMT. And I'll be streaming for a couple of hours, doing commentary, playing Age of Empires 2 HD, all sorts of stuff. So yeah, do head over to the stream, guys. But yeah.